As of now, I don't have any doubt.
Okay, that's good. So want me to proceed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So I'll go trading. Um, so we saw that, strategies make sense if you want to have like risk defined, if you want to play a game which is you know which you can persistently follow, which you can stick with. You need to have a plan, means that's for certain. If you take decisions on the fly when seeing the market conditions based on your mood and your temperament and your emotion, most likely you'll lose money. Means of course there are some uh, genius traders who don't go through any trading and they have like this instinctive kill. But more often than not, given the human biases, emotional decisions in the stock market will make you lose. Means that is, it has been proven in more than one way, and it has been proven in like controlled studies, and it has been proven by just looking around and asking people, and most of them have lost money in the markets. And that's why your parents ask you to stay away from the markets. They call it gambling and all of that, but it actually is not gambling. It's a systematic risk taking endeavor. And if you're comfortable with the risk and the return which it promises, then I don't think it should be called gambling. With gambling, of course, these same two principles are in place, risk and return, but the edge is always in favor of the casino. Means we know that, and yet we go into it. And there's something called the law of large numbers, which basically states that if the edge is toward a certain outcome over long periods of playing the same bet again and again, uh, that edge will play out for sure. So, to give you an example, let's say toss of a coin. Uh, each particular bet has a 50% chance of winning. But so if let's say 5 bets together have come heads, what would you think is the chance of the sixth bet coming head or tail? The answer is that that sixth bet is independent of all the other bets, and the chance would still remain 50%. But that said, if there were 1,000 bets, 1,000 tosses of the coin, then there's a good chance that 500 of them would be heads and 500 of them would be tails. So that is what this law of large numbers suggests. So that said, we have now concluded that all right, options and all these strategies, they make sense. You should have certain edge in your favor, whatever that edge might be. And we need to have a system. So when you take your trading strategies to systematic trading, you are basically venturing into the world of algo trading. Algo obviously is a short form for algorithmic, and algorithmic, as we know, relates to code or software. So means there are algorithms of all kind. Even Google Maps is an algorithm. But when it is used with the word trading, we are referring to a system, a trader. So the first lot means the first point, of course, that you should have a system in place for algo trading to begin. What is this system? Means what would you what really is systematic trading, or how is it different from discretionary trading? Basically, you have to define every single thing what your strategy should do given any market condition. So let's say I would want to enter a market at certain conditions. So conditions for that, conditions for entry. Then if the outcome is going against me or in favor of me, what do I want to do? Do I want to straight away exit, or before that, do I want to repair my positions if my certain conditions are under stress? So the second would be your repair. So you need both conditions and what positions you would want to take against if those repair conditions are true. Then if all is well and your goals have been achieved, either your target profit or your stop loss has arrived, or let's say your option positions have expired, then you want to exit. Okay, so this is your first step. Your means this has to be absolutely well defined, and so your entry, your repair, your exit. Now this could be anything. Means this entry condition could be based on a date. It could be like I want to enter, I want to do weekly options and I want to enter every Wednesday and exit on Thursday. This is a fair enough condition. Or I want to do this only if RSI stands for relative strength uh, index is greater than 14, let's say, or some such thing, any technical indicator. It could be Bollinger Band, it could be whatever, ADX. If these entry conditions are true, I want to enter. Then I want to repair with certain other conditions and I want to exit with certain other conditions. So yeah, this system definition is very, very important. Without this, algo trading is not possible. Means that is a certainty. Okay. Now with this in place, now what do you have to do? Then your next step would be to fetch some data. Like on what data would you want to, test this? Means a system, algorithmic trading requires you to at least back test all of these conditions on the previous data to see whether it made money for you in the past, like how it would have behaved in the past, so that you get at least some idea of how it will behave in the future. Of course, the past and the, it's not like history repeats itself, but they say it rhymes. So, there can be similar circumstances. And if, let's say, your system underwent a lot of struggle during some period in the past, you might need to take some protection against such particular scenarios, or you need to add certain other conditions to not take trades when you believe such conditions could reoccur, or things like that. So backtesting is extremely important. So first, what you need is data. So on whatever, let's say you wanted to, your strategy requires you to trade on Nifty and Bank Nifty. So you would require data of Nifty and Bank Nifty for, let's say, 2 years. And then the next thing is you need to write code, which will encapsulate all your above logic. Okay, this code can be written in any language. So like before Tradetron, people basically used one of the most popular algo tools was AFL. AFL is basically a AMI broker language, AMI broker functional language or something like that. Okay, so AFL is there. Then there was MT4. There's Python. You can write it in VB. You can write it in Excel. You can start something called a macro, and you can write your code in VBA. So all of these coding, you can write your code in any particular language. That is no problem. You can write it in C++. So basically, what is most important is this: if you will make money, if this is good, all of this is extremely important, what I'm writing below. But the Jan of the system is this. If this is not good, then no amount of coding, no amount of backtesting can help you. That's why people with ideas, even if they don't have coding language or whatever, they can probably constantly monitor things and take the trades manually. So even though I'm in the business of providing software, I still believe that most important part is this, having your system in place. Anyways, so you have to write your code and encapsulate all this particular logic. Now you have a software which can take in some data source and give you results in terms of what trades have to be taken. So your first step with software is generally signal generation. It's called signal generation because each time this above conditions are satisfied, the software will give you a list of trades to take. Okay. Now you have the trades in front of you. You need to fire it at a broker, without which how will this actually come into your brokerage account? So the next step is execution. This is an often ignored part of algo trading. And it is like, okay, once I have the signal, all I have to do is push the order to the broker. But this is so complicated when the position sizing is large. That means there are a lot of errors and a lot of problems which occur here. So, signal generation with AFL is pretty easy, let's say, because they have all the charting tools in place. Plus they have a lot of libraries which allow you to, quickly map any particular function and see the output straight on the chart. So signal generation is relatively easy. Where AmiBroker fails is it has no tools for execution. How do I connect this with a particular broker? How do I push the order? How do I see what happened to the order? Did it get rejected? Did it go through? What if I want to split the order in multiple tranches? What if it's like a large order and I don't want to take a huge risk, all at once? What if there are multiple legs? I want to do a call spread and I want to buy a call and sell a call. If I complete my first leg of buying the call, and what if then the market goes down? My shorting of the call will happen at a worse price. So all of these slippages is a big issue in execution. Plus there are issues of internet connectivity, let's say, or the broker rejecting the order, or some issues with the API token. All of that has to be taken care of in this part. Means you have a signal, you know what needs to be done, but doing it well and automatically without any human intervention is like, it can get complex. So this becomes like your third part. Now with all of these in place, your signal generation and your execution, now you have a system. Then you use the system to backtest. Okay, now all right, once like the new data will come in, the signal generation tool will work on that. But let me now work with the historical data and see how the trades would have performed. Once your back testing is giving you good results and it is in line with your psychology, with your risk reward needs, you can go ahead. Means some people would be happy with a 20% return as long as the risk is 5%. Some people would want a 100% return in 1 month. Means the needs of people are so varied, and hence no trader, trading is, that's why so dynamic, that no two people can look at the same thing in the same way, because their psychology, and it's always through colored glasses. It's always their psyche which comes into play in judging a particular scenario. It's their needs. It's, how they look at money, whether they are from money or they are struggling with money. So all of that, changes their individual relationship with a particular position. Some people are natural risk takers, some people are conservative. So all of that can't be encapsulated and said that one good strategy for all. Doesn't work like that. And that's why the financial market is so varied, and there is place for so many kind of products, because there are so many kind of needs, you know. So that said, with this, now we have kind of defined what algo trading looks like. Okay. If this is done and you start your system on any server, whether it could be your own machine, but one would not recommend having your own machine for your algo trading setup. You would have to, deploy it on a live server. Then of course you need a live data feed, which should be like real-time data. So there are a lot of, your broker could provide you with this real-time data, maybe for free, maybe charged, or you could purchase this data from outside vendors. There's in India, there's Global Data Feed, there's True Data, there are many others. In the US, there's Polygon, there are plenty in the US as well. But you'll have to purchase this data feed, and you will have to store this data in a database, from where then your code will read the data and see whether a certain signal is true or not. So let's say your function required, or your condition was RSI greater than 14. Let's say this is RSI of Nifty on the last 20 days is greater than 14. If this is true, that means on a every second basis, you need to calculate RSI. There's no way around this. Because if I don't know what the RSI is of Nifty, how am I going to take a decision? So on first second, it found how to calculate RSI. RSI is basically one function. So it will take in the data from Nifty, the spot price, and it will calculate the RSI for you. Now, once the RSI is calculated first second, second second, third second, fourth second, let's say at the first minute, it finds that RSI is greater than 14. Then that function is going to pass to the main function that, all right, my condition is satisfied, go ahead. Let's say you had 3 such conditions. So 3 such functions need to be checked. One could be with RSI, one could be for date, one could be for your ADX, which is like a strength of the diversion. So there are a lot of such indicators. Okay, there are like some 100 odd technical indicators which you can combine and you can create your own system. So as you can see that there are a lot of functions and everything is real time and everything is mission critical. So your function needs to be solid, your code needs to be solid, your hardware needs to be solid, your data feed needs to be solid. Any single thing which gets broken in the chain and your system will collapse. And it is possible that, all right, you missed the entry trade, no big deal. It's like lost opportunity. But what if you actually have a trade going on in the market and it misses the exit condition or it misses a stop loss, and then you are vulnerable to unlimited loss? So this system needs to be extremely robust is like a no-brainer conclusion. Keeping all this in mind, almost I've been working in this for the last 6 years odd, and then I started my fund in which the quantities which I had were like decently large, and they were always delta neutral positions. So I had to take these legs in tranches. So when I used to call my broker, they used to take almost 40-50 minutes just to execute my order because it had to be done in tranches. So I realized that I have to automate this and a system has to do this automatically. So I began my journey of algo trading. I had a software background as it is, so I thought should be easier for me, but it wasn't, because this world requires a few other things which were not generally there in the the regular softwares which I used to work at. Let's say the managing of data, the mission critical way of handling this particular code, or like linking with your broker and all that, all the APIs and all that understanding was not very easy. So I realized that there is certainly a need over here where a lot of people might have the same problem and they might be having ideas and they don't know how to go about it. And that's how the Tradetron idea came into being. So what is Tradetron? This is a project we just launched on Jan of 2020. Currently, we are at around 1,400 users and we are running around 600 algos on 59 servers. This is the current status. There are some multiple 500,000 odd positions have been fired by the system. And so what exactly is Tradetron? Tradetron is an algo strategy marketplace. So what it does is not only allows you to create these algos, which I just said, all of this without any coding. So I had to find a way for people to just click and choose and give their ideas and get their ideas to life without knowing any coding. So at no point we'll create one strategy and you'll see at no point you are required to know any coding. You just click from your drop downs, give your ideas, and the system will automatically configure the whole algo for you. So I thought, all right, if I have a good algo and it is working, then when I started my fund and it was making money, my friends and family were interested for me to handle their funds as well. And I took their funds in my account, I put it with the broker, and this went on for almost 2 years. And so a lot of people who have good ideas, there are people who would want to invest in them. And I was like, the biggest problem what most people have these days is trust. Means they don't want to give their money to somebody. They want to use somebody else's intelligence. but they don't want to give the money actually, because they have burned their fingers, and the money doesn't come back, or even if there's a loss, there's misrepresentation, and there are cover-ups and all of that. So transparency is one of the issues. So how do you solve that? So with the algo strategy marketplace, a person with a strategy who's created a strategy would be able to list it on the marketplace, and somebody else who has capital and who wants to invest in a particular strategy can subscribe to it and deploy that strategy in his own broker's account. So he would put in the money with his own broker, and he would put it with his own broker, and the system should take care that whenever a signal is generated according to the rules of the strategy creator, it should take the signals in my account. So that is what the algo strategy marketplace does. So Tradetron allows you to not only create, but also subscribe, and then you can deploy the strategy across multiple brokers. So it's completely kind of decentralizing, like a hedge fund. That is what the whole idea was. So with this, I'll take you all to Tradetron. We can spend like half an hour on that. And if there are any questions on what algo trading is, or any particular part of algo trading which I should explain more, of course, this is like I said, almost all topics I've covered. I've given you like the basic outline of what it means. There are full books written on just system trading and what it comprises. So of course, this is not like full justice to the topic, but it will give you a broad framework. There's nothing outside of this which is algo trading. Everything, all the details will be within this particular broad structure which I have given you. Means that is for certain, because the whole thing will start from an idea and it will end with executing of that idea in the stock market. Means there's nothing outside of this which is algo trading. So anything which I should like stress on, or I should go to Tradetron now? Guys, some feedback?
Yeah, go to the direct your interface.
Cool. Samir is very quick. Okay, let's do that then. You guys can see Tradetron screen.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So like I said, Tradetron is an algo strategy marketplace. It's algo trading for everyone. There's a lot of content here you can go through, and you'll get a lot of ideas on the features which are there in the market, in the software. There are some 150 odd FAQ questions you could go through and know the exact jargon and the terminology which is used across the site. So, and you could go through the blog to see how exactly a strategy is created from scratch, how the keywords work, all of that is there. Let's say Bollinger writing strategy is one such strategy. You can get exact logic of what the strategy is. So these are the rules. And if these rules have to be encapsulated in a particular strategy, how to go about doing it. So with screenshots, you have like exact details of how to create a strategy. So if you do this one, it might take you 2 hours for the first time. But once you have a hang of it, once you know your rules well, this takes no more than 10 minutes to get a full strategy up and running from scratch. Okay. And then there are videos as well if you want, if you prefer.
Umesh, 1 second. How you go over there? Because I just, because of the internet issue, I just miss it.
Go to tradetron.tech and go to blog.
Okay. Fine.
In blog, this strategy is Bollinger writing strategy. And you can see it in videos as well. In videos, you can see the Bollinger band based strategy. So it's an 8-minute video. Go through it, pause it at every point and repeat whatever you see on the screen. And you could have created your first algo strategy without knowing any coding. which is like a decent big step forward. You will be ahead of the curve of many people who would want to do this with, let's say, traditional tools or traditional coding. Imagine, like, you have skipped the whole coding part, you have skipped, like, linking with a data source, you have skipped the part of linking with a broker, you've skipped all of that, and you've straight jumped into creating your own idea. And then once you have one basic idea in place, you deploy it in paper trading. So signing up on Tradetron is free. One strategy you can create for free, you can deploy it for free in paper trading, and then you can keep changing the rules and seeing how it works, and what kind of trades it has taken, whether they are profitable or not, whether this whole thing is working out for you or not. If not, drop it completely. Go for something else. Don't jump into taking the trades live in the market. Just play around with it and get comfortable with the idea of algo trading. You've already bypassed a lot of pain and a lot of frustration with general discretionary traders go through, because you better learn from other people's mistakes, right? Because discretionary trading doesn't work, means that is certain. And then algo trading, you going to other people and explaining your logic when you're still not clear yourself is again very difficult. How many times will you go back and forth with a developer? That itself is an expensive proposition. So the अपना हाथ जगन्नाथ, अपनी आइडिया को अगर आप कर पाओगे, you feel bring it to life, then you can tweak around with it and see, it becomes like your baby. Even if it takes you 6 months, doesn't matter. But once you get comfortable with a particular strategy, then it becomes your own. You know that, all right, this is how it behaves and I like it. At that point, then you can open a broker's account, start with like a little fund which you are okay with losing, let's say, even though you won't, because you have tested the strategy and you know what kind of drawdowns it has and what kind of pain points are there. But still start with a small fund and then deploy it live. Then let the strategy run and do its thing, because you already tested it, you know how it works. So this is my flow of logic with Tradetron also. Like, take it slow. Less speed is an asset. Fast is generally makes you go into the wrong direction. If you want to go to the pricing page, it's, even if you're going live in the market, it will cost you just 1,000 rupees a month. So it's like pretty cheap. And so let's log in. I generally log in with my Facebook account. So these are the strategies which are deployed in my account. Once a strategy has been deployed, you'll be able to see it in the deployed page. And this is, let's say, a strategy. It's an intraday strategy live, which is going on at the fires, So another way is, let's say you say that, all right, all of this advice is good, but I really don't have any idea. Means I really don't know what to do. I rather follow somebody else's strategy for now. So even that's a good starting point. Till the time you figure out what you need to do, you can follow somebody else's. Like, I take this Vikram Bajaj is a CEO of Tradetron. He's a colleague of ours. And he has this strategy, stop and reverse with options. So this has been working for the last 39 working days. So each time it's a intraday strategy. So each time the strategy enters, repairs and exits, and it completes one cycle, it increases the run counter by 1. So this strategy has run 39 on 39 days. If I want to see, so these trades, this profit was generated only on one lot of Nifty. One lot of Nifty buying will take you, let's say, 7,000 odd rupees, and no, 5,000, and we, let's say, keep. So you need just 15,000 rupees margin to run this particular strategy. And on 15,000, on which date? On 9th April, which is basically yesterday, this strategy made 3,800. So this is like my trial strategy. My main strategy, like I said, is with my other broker, which I shared with you all, the paper trading one yesterday, this one. This is the main thing where my quantities are like larger. But this one I run just like as a trial thingy. So if you want to see all the profit this strategy has made since the very beginning, all you have to do is click on all. So these are all the trades which this strategy has taken, and it has generated a total profit of around 24,000 rupees. on a capital of 15,000 in the last 1.5 months. So it's pretty cool as such, and it's an intraday strategy. So the risk is also very well defined. And if you see, it's a stop and reverse strategy. So it takes, so let's go to the other counter and see. There are certain times it will take the call and the put. So this one, it booked a loss and all. So there's a limited loss also. There's a 3,000 rupee loss, like a stop loss. So beyond that, you won't even lose. So these are the number of trades it took on on 3rd April. It entered at 9:42, exited at 10, and all of this is fully automatic. So I don't have to look at it. It does what it has to do on its own. So like I said, it repairs as well. So this one, it basically keeps adding positions if the market is trending. So every 25 points in the same direction, it will add. So this 7,550 put when the market was dropping at that point. So it bought 75. Then at 10:40, it bought another put. Then at 11 o'clock, it bought another put. And then 11:07, it squared off all the positions together because it reached its target profit, I think, or something like that. Or maybe it reached loss, I'm not sure. So yeah, but basically the logic is this. And there are other things which you can see here. So you can see the payoff chart, you can see the statistics of how the strategy has performed since the beginning, and the percentage profit it has generated since the beginning. So this is going on since Feb. All of those details are there. Then let's say you are saying, no, 75 quantity is too less, yeah, for me. I can go for 750, man. No big deal. I have 1.5 lakhs to put in, and I really like this strategy. All you have to do is increase this 1x multiplier to 10x. So instead of 75 quantity, it will now start taking 750 quantity for you. So the position sizing is all there at a subscriber level, not at the creator level. So the creator is just putting in the logic and his signals, but the position sizing is being done individually by each person, whoever is following that strategy. Okay, so this is what the multiplier does. You want to talk to the person, you can click on this profile. You basically click on this link and you can send this person a message with your questions as to what the strategy does. Should you take it? Should you not take it? Or whatever else you want, any other question answered. You can see how many people are following that strategy. So 214 subscribers are there to this one. So that is there. Then you can pause the strategy. Let's say over a few days, it loses money or whatever, or you're not comfortable with it, or you found something better. All you have to do is pause the strategy. It won't take any trades in your account anymore. And that's done. You are done with this strategy. You're not liking it. You can exit it, archive it. You can delete it. You can see the runtime data. You can see the notification log, so this is what the algo does behind the scene. This is what is being generated by the trading engine. The trading engine is doing this on your behalf. And for a free user, it is being doing it absolutely free of cost. So you don't have any charges for data. You don't have any charges for your server. You are running your algo absolutely free of cost till the time you're comfortable. So it's like a full win-win for you. You can add your user notes over here, your mental notes, or what you went through, or any changes which you want. You can mention it here and save it. Then you can download the data, all the trades which it has taken. You can download it in an Excel file, and you can play around with that and see the details of what trades it took. And you can, if you know Excel well, you can play around with it and do some manual data manipulation and things like that.
So Umesh, Thomas here.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I like one particular strategy, say it's one strategy in which you have created and kept over here, I try to use it, so I can link it, and I use a Zerodha account. So I just link it to Zerodha account, and the algo works.
Absolutely.
So, but again, I'm not a technical guy, so I'm already finding it. What you're showing sounds interesting, because honestly, I was not finding somebody to write algos for me.
Right.
The algos are already there. So I can start up with some of the algos over here. But
Absolutely.
then it looks slightly complicated as to, linking it together. So how does that happen then?
It's damn easy. You basically, once you log in, you can follow me, in fact. Go to tradetron.tech, click on sign up, and just enter. Just once you sign up with your Facebook or your Google account, you'll straight enter, and you will reach the marketplace.
Okay.
In marketplace, search for SAR.
Yeah.
Okay. With options. Just search like this. Search for these strategies.
Okay.
You will find this one. So I am already subscribed over here.
So can you probably right now show us a process, go through this for a whole process of how to get do a strategy.
How to create a strategy.
No, how to create is one, that would be secondary, but right now there's a SaaS strategy that you have.
Yeah.
How do I inbuilt it with one account of mine?
Perfect. So I'm doing that. Why don't you go to the marketplace?
Yeah.
Search for SAR with options.
Yeah.
Did you find it?
No, I'm not doing just.
Okay. So go ahead.
I have to subscribe first, right?
Did you sign up and enter Tradetron?
I am on the first screen where I can see Aladdin ka genie.
Perfect. Now below search strategies in this bar, search for SAR with options. Whoever is interested, all of us can do this together. So everybody you can just sign up on tradetron.tech, go to the marketplace and search for SAR with options. We'll just deploy this in paper trading. Did you find SAR with options? I'll unmute all. Again, all talk. Guys, you're all unmuted. So whoever has a question, we can all do this together. Just go to tradetron.tech and sign up with your Facebook or Google. Go to the marketplace and search for a strategy.
So do I have to subscribe for this thing now?
Yeah, just click on subscribe. Yeah.
Okay. So then I have to put name and all those things.
Hold on. I'll give you all a
1 minute. Huh?
Hold on, I'll give you all a coupon so that you don't have to. Let me check with Vikram if he has a coupon.
Summary. सर्वर पे वो वन इंसिडेंट्स में रहेगा वहाँ पे ऑडिट का ही ऑप्शन है इंसिडेंट्स ऑडिट का ऑप्शन है आपको क्या चाहिए
Hold on, guys.
नहीं मैं वो देख रहा हूँ लास्ट मंथ का मिला ना मेरे को उससे मैं देख रहा था ये है मेरे पास ना भेज देता हूँ
use the coupon first 30 SAR FIRST then 30 then SAR. I'll put it in the chat. There's the chat.
ये वाला सही है ये लास्ट जो फरवरी में भेजा था ना वो है मेरे पास फरवरी में जो भेजा था ना वो है मेरे पास
Did you all get the coupon right? First 30 SAR, FIRST 30, then SAR.
Umesh, I didn't get it. Did you just send it to the chat?
No, I haven't.
Just send it to.
I am not being able to find that chat window. Where is it? Yeah, here it is.
Okay, just type it to your that page,
Okay.
na, so I can see it.
Send on the chat.
Okay, got it.
Use this in the coupon, apply the coupon, it will give you the 500 off, and subscribe to the strategy. Okay. Then I'll tell you the next step.
We need to click on strategies. After that, where exactly we need to click?
Did you click on marketplace?
Strategies I have clicked actually.
So in the strategies drop
Marketplace.
down,
Yeah.
there's
Okay.
the marketplace.
I got it. Yeah.
In marketplace, under search strategies, search for SAR with options.
Yeah, just 1 minute. I'm just little slow. Just 1 minute.
Yeah.
SAR with options.
Yeah, got it right. Click on subscribe. It will open like a payment model. There, just apply this coupon, this first 30 SAR, and click on apply. It will give you that. It will give you 100% off, and click on proceed. Then you will have had subscribed to the strategy.
Umesh, after subscribing this strategy, the screen is deploy is there, and your screen
Correct.
is showing is subscribe.
Correct. So click on deploy.
Okay.
After you subscribe, just click on deploy.
Okay, TT paper mode and all this thing.
Correct. So now let all the settings be the same. Paper trading, TT paper, and multiplier is 1x, and then click on deploy button.
Strategy is deployed successfully.
Perfect. Now go to the deployed page. Now you will see exactly what you saw in my deployed page. That this particular strategies is deployed, SAR with options, status will be active, positions will be no positions found. So on Monday when the market will open, it will start taking in trades in your account and paper trading. So you have just deployed a full-fledged algo strategy with within 5 minutes.
Yeah, just 1 minute. I have just entered SAR with options. In that, there is one option coming 45 subscribers. So that subscribe I have to click. Vikram
Correct.
Bajaj one.
Correct.
Yeah, so I have clicked on that. Then after that, I have to click on deployed.
Correct. But before that, you have to make that payment where you have to put in that coupon. First 30 SAR.
Need to make the payment right now?
No, you don't need to make the payment. Just use the coupon, first 30 SAR. The coupon which I sent on chat.
Chat 1 minute.
Anyway, so
Yeah,
we all finished that part. Click on deploy and paper trading. I will proceed to creating a strategy. We have 15 minutes. So we went through the marketplace. You can search for any algos which you want. Then you can very quickly from all your created and your subscribed strategies all start showing up in your My Strategies page. Okay. So all your created strategies are here and then your subscribed strategies are below. From here, either it's created by you or it is created by someone else and you have subscribed to it. You can deploy the strategy. Once you deploy it, it will start showing in your deployed page. This is how the flow works. Okay. Now the last part, which is like the most important part, creating a strategy from scratch. Okay. So let's say I give it any name. I can select any tags so that people can find it on the marketplace. I can give it any description I want. Okay. Then comes the main part. Like I said, for any system trading, you need a set of entry, repair, and exit conditions. So we have kind of made like 3 blocks, and against each block, we have mapped these conditions to a list of positions. Okay. So let's say my condition is, like I said, let's stick with that RSI thingy only. So position is where you start from, and you select the RSI of, let's say, candle. This position candle is of yesterday or one candle prior. So you select that, you select the instrument name, and I want to do it for Nifty. Okay. So for Nifty, when the RSI is greater than a number, and this number is 14. If this is true, and I want another condition, let's say, where we said that the day should be Wednesday, right? So the day, weekday, what is it, day? Day of NSE is equal to a number, and Wednesday would be, so it starts from Sunday, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4. So if it is Wednesday and the RSI is greater than 14 for Nifty, if this condition is true, so the code and the condition actually got coded itself with us doing just a click and choose. I want to buy Nifty. Okay, so I select NFO and futures and Nifty. I say I want to buy 1 lot of Nifty. Okay, but I say, okay, I just don't want to buy Nifty. I also want to sell a call. You know, I want to do a covered call here. So I do a add and I click on sell and I select NFO call Nifty 50. For the current month, I want to sell 1, or maybe I can sell 2 lots of the call. Not ATM, but I want ATM plus, let's say, 3. Like I want to sell it 150 points ahead because I want to keep some buffer. So I can click on FX and I can select ATM here and say I want to go 3 steps or 4 steps ahead for Nifty. For Nifty, 4 steps ahead. Submit. Add. So now I have 2 positions. When this condition is satisfied on a Wednesday, this algo will constantly check every single second till the time it finds both conditions to be true, and it will buy 1 Nifty for you and sell 2 calls, which are 200 points ahead. Like that, you can then have repair conditions, N number. You can have your exit condition. You can copy and paste conditions from here. You can copy here and you can paste here. And here you can then edit and say that exit when, okay, this Wednesday doesn't make sense. I want to exit it when this is, let's say, less than 12. Maybe that's my stop loss. I can drag and drop it here. So then this becomes my exit condition. Whatever positions are open, Nifty and the call, both will get exited if this particular condition is satisfied. Then all the advanced settings you can have, you can how to bid for that particular thing. Like I said, this is just the signal generation part. But finally, executing this particular thing with a broker is also tricky. So you can have all of these settings here. Like how do you want to go about taking this particular trade on market price or the last traded price or the average of bid and ask price, And if you don't get this best price, how many times you want to revise? Let's say each time, how do you want to increase the bid? Between each revision, how much time you want to wait? And finally, do you want to ignore or you want to execute the order at market? So all of that we are taking care of you, for you. Then you can tranche it. Let's say the quantity is like very big. 75 and 150 is no big deal. But if you had 7,500 and let's say 15,000, then you would want to maybe split it in 10%. And between each tranche, you would maybe want to wait for a minute. So you can have all those settings here. You can have a trailing stop loss. You can reactivate the strategy after a certain period. You can check the conditions at a different frequency. You can have a setting of not taking trades in the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes of the trading because it's like pretty volatile that time. If none of this works in terms of your strategy, then you can also have your custom Python code. If the strategy is doing well, then you can list it on the marketplace. You can take up for a portfolio manager plan and you can list it on the marketplace. You can charge a fee for it, like you were paying this 500. You can pay a fee for it. And yeah, so all of this is available to you. You can then create the strategy. And once you create it, it will start showing in your My Strategies page. So this is what it is. You can from here deploy it. Okay. I have deployed a lot of strategies in my plan, looks like. Anyways, you basically can edit it, change it, and then deploy it from here. Making sense? Any question, guys?